Hello, my beautiful Pisces, and welcome to your bonus reading. So if you took a look at the Sunday reading, it was all about the evolution of how we perceive things. At the beginning, we're kind of go-getters. Oh, I want to, want to get out there and change the world. You're full of, like my father used to, of piss and vinegar. You're just out there, you're hungry for change. But as time goes on, whatever time that is, sometimes some of us, it takes us less time, more time, we grow wiser. We also grow different, and we perceive differently. There was also mention about asking for help, and understanding that even if you end up not paying for that help, in other words, if it's not paid help, but it is just sharing of information, of ways of being, the other person, whatever you're sharing with, is also getting something out of it, right? If I were to take an apprentice who didn't know as much as I did, even if I didn't pay that person, it would end up being this kind of give and take, right? Because they're getting knowledge for being a helper. It used to be like that. It used to be like that. All the great philosophers usually had like young apprentices with them, right? That's why it's also brought in movies. They always have like a protege, somebody who comes in and is of help. Some of the most beautiful friendships in the world have developed that way. Spirit is telling me of names I don't know. And I'm not going to massacre them. So I'm sure it's all of the great philosophers. So just look at philosophers, their apprentices through time, and some of these apprentices have gone on and become even more, right? They've gone on their own, and I spoke about that at length in the first video, so please check that out. So this is the bonus, and I'm taking from my original deck. Of course, this is not my original deck. This is a second version of it, a smaller version. This was a very first deck that I started with. It's a Monty Farber, I think it's Instant Tarot is called. It looked cool. I picked it up at a bookstore, and I thought, I knew nothing, and it was so awesome. Sometime very early in the 90s, and it was so cool. Let's see for the bonus. Haven't been paying attention to the cards. They just came out. I see patience. I see getting away from negative energies. I see being all about the heart. All about the heart, and it is in the middle. I feel that they're trying to say that you really evolve a lot through time. Sometimes you begin just trying to stay away from negative energy. You're ducking the sword. That was actually the words that I picked when I was learning this deck, because this is the deck that I chose to learn to row on. It was one of the cards, and even my little cheat cards that I had built, because I'm a very organized person and have to write it all down. The little cheat card is what I called it. I wrote ducking the sword to stay safe. And that's exactly what she's doing. See that? It's like, I'm not going to get hit by your swords. I'm gonna stay away from it. I'm going to just move out of that bad energy. We spend a lot of time doing this. It's like our parents, don't do that, you're going to get hurt. Don't do this, you're going to get hurt, right? And then we learn the difference between right and wrong through this. And then we don't want anybody to get hurt. So we think the world is a very unfair place, and there's a lot of things that need to be changed. But then love comes into play, right? Love. Love from parents. Love from a friend, love from a partner, love from a pet, love of having your own children. All of this comes in. And instead of ducking things, you start receiving. You start accepting things in. And when you do, you start receiving. And what happens with that is through time, you find patience, you find balance. Sometimes it can be seen that older folks, if you see older folks, they go, oh, you don't worry about that as you get older. Sometimes you think, yeah, you're just old and tired. I remember as a child going, yeah, you're just old and tired and you don't want to fight anymore. Some of it is that. Some of it is they've had their time. Some of it, though, is wisdom. Some of it is just knowing that even though we feel that things don't change, they most certainly do. And sometimes in levels and nuances and everything that we don't really see. But fundamentally, some of these things stay the same. You learn, you grow, you evolve. You learn, you grow, you evolve. Through all the aches and pains, through everything. But the one constant is love. And when you live in gratitude and blessings, you become that person who can temper the bad days with the good days, who can take in wisdom and just live through it without feeling that life is dealing you an all-crushing blow every single day, that you have to hide away and get away. Let's see here. I'm going to take another card here. You know, I thought that doing only a couple of readings a week during the summer would be less difficult. I am so wrong. These are further in. They feel deeper somehow. They really take away, they take some energy for me to really get it out. But I think that's good. That's good. Look at this. They're traumatized. 44. We're in the year of 8. Don't forget, we're still in the year of strength. Okay? The planet. All of us. Affirmation. I acknowledge that I have been traumatized, but also that I am healing. Yeah. I feel that this connects very much to this one. And I'm not just talking about traumatized by the fact that, you know, we experience things individually. I think we're traumatized a lot of the time by what's out there in the world. To see people starving, to see people getting shot, killed, to see all the injustices in the world, see people arguing with each other, not being open or understanding, being so close-minded and shut off that there is no possibility of any conversations. There's so much white noise of disagreement out there that sometimes it can get very, very traumatic for sensitive souls such as us. I'm very sensitive. If I stay too much in those kind of things, even with this, they call them shorts, right? Shorts. To me, I call them sound bites. And you have to be very careful of the sound bites that you're receiving. They want people to go quick to receive, but it's almost like a programming. It becomes programming because they offer up the same bad stuff over and over again. It can be very destructive, and it can wire people in a way that's really going to hurt them. Just the same as watching fluffy stuff can be equally as bad, because then it placates people. It makes them, it doesn't make them look at anything important. It'd be like watching puppy and dog and cat videos all day long without actually looking at the world around you. Then it becomes escapism. You understand? These traps are very, very scary in the world today, to me. Especially because I feel that people don't see them. They just scroll. They just scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. I sometimes even see my mate doing it, and I think, snap out of it. Come back here. Come back to your environment, right? To the trees outside that well, I would say belong to you. They don't belong to us, but that are on the property that we currently own. Get back to movement and walking in your body and your physical self and the relationships that surround you. Work on creating more relationships. Put down the electronics every once in a while, right? You want to listen to people who are going to help you get out of these things, not suck you in, okay? If sometimes you're listening to my readings and you think to yourself, Jane, sometimes I have a hard time listening to you for that long. Is it what I'm saying? Or is it that we're having a hard time to hold our attention to something in particular and really, really hold on to it? We have speeded up so much and made such sound bites and so many characters that it's hard to keep your attention to anything at all. And in this case, we do get traumatized. We get traumatized in ways that we don't even know the meaning of exactly how we've been traumatized. We get traumatized about the injustices in the world, all the atrocities we see. The animals getting hurt, the children getting hurt, the people getting killed, the people who are homeless. Your heart breaks. The trauma is real. And every little bit of your soul starts almost getting sucked out of going, what is there good here? It's because you're not looking at the hope. You're not looking at the neighbor who did a kindness to another neighbor. And slowly these things are taking away because there's some people who say, what's the use? And that's right here. That's a thing. What's the use? So we have to heal ourselves. How do we heal ourselves from this? We have to have courage. We have to put the stuff down. We have to stop doing that kind of thing. We have to stop having conversations that never finish. You have to stop ignoring people's texts when they text you and say hello and not follow through. If somebody says hello, imagine yourself saying hello face to face. Imagine if that person looked at you, didn't say a word back. How would that feel? Terrible. There's no difference whether you are writing it down and sending a message. They feel the same way, like they haven't been seen or heard. And their perception is going to be, well, you got back to me when it was convenient to you. We have to be more deliberate with each other, kinder to each other. Right. Okay. So next up, I'm going to take another card here, and we're going to look at this as well. This is so good. This is so good. You're saying, Jane, are you preaching? Yeah, absolutely, 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 absolutely. Of course, my beautiful Pisces, this is always my perception and what I feel Spirit wants you to know. I'm not giving you heck in a way of making you feel bad. I just want you to see how this may be disconnecting you from your life. Disconnecting you from the positive energy that's waiting to be found, okay? It isn't a personal judgment on you. We're all surrounded by it. I am a victim to it, just as you. Well, I let myself be a victim to it, I should say, right? All of us have gone to our phones to do something, because my phone is my business, too. So I'll go to the phone and say, well, I'll edit and I'll do this, and then something pops up on Instagram and here I go. I'm gone. Where did I go? I'm gone. And then I actually have to think, where was I? What was I? Oh, I was trying to do something constructive. Whoops. Yeah, of course. It's very scary. 14, the manifester. I am manifesting what I see in my mind's eye. What a nice setting. Wow, beautiful. How beautiful. So yeah, with the heart right here. So I'm going to put this right here. With the heart, that's how you manifest. Okay? The one thing they're telling me about this is these things that happen when you're just scrolling. You know it in your mind at one point, in your body, in your energy, not even in your mind, maybe your mind, but your energetic body is going, I should be doing something else, I should be doing something else, I should be doing something else. What am I doing? I'm just wasting time. I'm just wasting time. Listen to that voice. Okay? It's your energetic body telling you you're getting sucked in. A lot of the times I know that when I get off of the electronics or whatever, I think to myself, I could have been doing something more. Less lately because I really am trying to tailor my time. However, it still does happen. Try putting a timer on your phone. I'm going to tell you this right away. Try putting a timer. That's a Jane idea, okay? Put a timer on your phone. Every time you pick up your phone, go to your timer setting first. And put 15 minutes. If you're doing something, in other words, like when I do editing, if I take more than 15 minutes, it's fine. I just shut it off, put another 15 minutes. But if I am not, and I get caught in Facebook is one that I do as well, because I got the Facebook group, right? I can get caught, and then they send you a video, and they're very good at it. They're very good at grabbing your attention and keeping you in the place that maybe you don't want to get caught. So you can put 5, 10, 15 minutes. Then you'll know if it starts beeping, you go, oh my God, I just got caught again. And you can redirect yourself. Okay? Don't be mean to yourself. Just find the tools to not have your time stolen away. Because I'm telling you, you want to go here. You want to go in the Nine of Cups, in the Queen of Cups, and you want to create the world that you want. And you're not going to be created by always be staring at an electronic device. Guaranteed. Okay? Some of it is going to have to be in creation of things. In being of service to people, of communicating and having a conversation with other people. Okay? Yeah. I am really looking for individuals who are this way. Honestly, I am looking for individuals who are this way. In the year, this year that we're in, I've tried to reach out and communicate with a few people and gotten nowhere. Because it's a generation or a time of just, I feel, ghosting energy. We all talk as a group, as in the social media, without actually speaking to each other. We're just speaking above one another, but not to each other. Why do you think that in the comments, I always heart your comments. Every once in a while I try to answer or say something. In Facebook, I heart your comments. I want you to know that I actively read and saw what you did. Okay? It is important to me to do this. There is a lack of connection in the world. And it's stopping manifestation of dreams, of beautiful things, because we are so preoccupied with things that we're seeing. Not that we're doing, that we're seeing, that we're absorbing. And that's the other part that's scary, the absorption. So temperance is important as well. Temperance, it's tempering. It's bringing it in back in balance, right? Absolutely. You can bring it back in balance. I told you, I gave you a trick. Just to let you know, you guys, I am working on a self-care. To do something every day that's going to help you. Not get your life in order, but feel like you're actually getting momentum and movement forward. I am testing it myself to see how I like it. Because if I don't like it, I'm not going to sell it. Okay? but it would be a program. It will have me as a coach as well, as a helper, more as in a group setting for others to give some, you know, I was going to say to encourage, right? Encouragement, absolutely. 7, the lovers. I attract love, abundance, success, happiness, and fulfillment. I love this. And you have the temperance. And of course, if you're not traumatized, if you're not ducking the swords, if you're not always stuck in a phone looking at things, and you actually start doing things in your life, and you start attracting love and putting yourself out there, well, of course you're going to attract love, because you're not stuck in that circle of never getting out of it. Okay? That's what I feel for the younger generations of today. They're so electronically hooked up that they don't really develop any real society, it's not society, I shouldn't say society, any real one-on-one, 2-on-2, 4-on-4 relationships with anybody, if you know what I mean, right? They do in a different way, but it's not the same. It's not the same as spending some actual physical time with someone, to take trips, to have meaningful conversations, to slow down. The lovers is also a choice, especially in the tarot. It's a choice, it's a commitment, and it's choosing well-being and happiness. All of the first reading, I believe with this bonus reading, is saying that it's really time to just reach out to people, make new connections. Even if you're practicing, even if you're at the checkout line in a store, talk to somebody, make eye contact, smile. Let them know they are seen. Let them know that their body and their energy is there, and that you're here, and that you can feel each other. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. You see, technology is a wondrous, beautiful thing. But like everything else, it needs to be tempered with the real connection that you can make with other people. All of this technology should be helping us reconnect to each other, giving us more time, more space to explore ourselves without rushing through life and not feeling or seeing a thing. However, somehow, some way, you guys, we always seem to, I wouldn't say I do understand that there are things at work out there that kind of take advantage of people and situations, and I'm not here to judge. We all have contracts when we come here. This is definitely a teaching school. I have no doubts of that. We've been taught, oh yeah, we're being taught. That's for sure. I have no, I'm 100% sure of that one. However, the idea is when you go to school, it's actually learn the lesson. It's not to keep failing over and over again. However, I feel that there's a lot of things that come into play that can lead us to the part where we think we're failing all the time. The idea is to take real control of it, especially in our own physical and energetic bodies, and make sure that we are veering it in the direction we want as much as possible. And there are ways to do it. There are ways to do it. You have to think outside of the box, out of the societal norms that everybody's been implementing, how you should be, and work together towards solution. I want you this week to find somebody out there today who is making a difference in this world. It could be, example, somebody building, having tiny house communities where people share a communal place, little tiny houses, and a piece of land where they can all contribute, and it makes the price of living a lot more sustainable. People who have built gardens or build gardens outside of their places and are building or helping build gardens. I want you to find an innovator that's actually helping the world today. Let yourself be inspired. And if you can, and if it's local or around you, and if it interests you, see how you can get yourself involved. Okay? I want you to go out and make connections with people. You don't have to be there for the rest of your life, but I want you to make an honest, true trying to connect with something. If it is you that wants to build something or invite people to something that you want to offer, then do that as well. But I want you to get out of passive into active. It's time. It's time for you to build. It's time for you to grow. It's time for you to extend. And you don't have to do it all in one shot. You can do it in 2 minutes a day. You can do it in 30 minutes a day. You can do a whole day. I don't care. Something, anything, that by the end of the day you can say, and you'll know, because your physical, energetic body will say, I did that. And you'll know. You'll know. Okay? You're healing. You don't need to stay in trauma mode of the world, of everything that's happening, all the craziness that is there. Okay? Go into your hearts. Grab that beautiful, blessed, and grateful heart of yours. Let it receive and manifest the things that you want. Commit to your well-being. Commit to bringing this into a more balanced way of life. It's just taking a little bit out of this side and putting it into this side. Okay? And pretty soon you're going to see you want to be always on this side. It's not cold turkey. And people who have quit, like smoking, like I have, or anything, yeah, I've been a long time a non-smoker. I think it's been over 10 years now. It's been 11 years, wow. I had quit before for 3-year periods, but always started again. This is the longest I've ever been. And you know what? I'm so glad I did. But it's not cold turkey. This is not cold turkey. This is little tiny baby steps in the right direction. It's like having 3 feel-bads and 1 feel-good, and suddenly you go, well, I'm going to give 2.5 feel-bads and 1.5 feel-goods. You just keep going in, you keep switching it up. And I'm not telling you to feel good 24/7. I'm not, in other words, I'm not telling you that you'll never have any challenges or obstacles. But it's to choose your challenges and obstacles, the things you want to do, the things that you want to, work up to and overcome because you're passionate about it. Okay? Because life is boring otherwise. This is for everybody who tells you, oh, we don't want the duality. We don't want we don't want the darkness and the light. Well, too bad, honey, you've got it. The best thing that we can do is to make the darkness give us something. Squeeze the lesson, the wisdom right out of it. So that we can do better next time. That we can build a better thing. That we can live a better life. Okay? It's not repeating the cycle over and over again. It's becoming stronger and better. Okay, I'm done. I'm done preaching. I know it's been a little preachy this week. But, I'm going to listen to it too. When these drop, I listen to them as well. Make sure they're all good. And I take in all the advice that's been given because it's good for anybody. It's not just good for Pisces. It's good for everybody on the planet. But of course, you get it first, don't you? Absolutely. I hope that out there are people giving the great advice to everybody. I'm working on it, you guys, to give it to everybody. So, but for now, you always hold a very special place in my heart. Don't forget to check out my Life Path Number Tarot channel, as well as Connect to the Deck, that has an extra video every week posting about the beautiful decks, my thoughts about the tools, how to use them, etc., all of that stuff. So don't forget to go and subscribe there. And that's it. That's it. I wish you a beautiful week. I will be back on Thursday to do the Oracle message. If you're a member, there will be a video on Saturday. Sometimes I'm a little late because I can't schedule them, and then the weekend comes in. But don't worry, you always get an extra video somewhere, at least for a month, if you're a member. So take good care of yourself, my Pisces. Love, light, and blessings. See you Thursday. Bye for now.